Hello and assalamualaikum. Today I'm going to be talking about non-negotiables. So if this is your first time being here, this podcast is like a new initiative I'm going to be starting. So we're going to be talking about productivity, science, and just self-improvement with a focus on if you're from a Pakistani household or if you're from just a Desi Asian household, then this is pretty relevant because we deal with similar situations, or even if you're just from a Muslim household, because we have similar values, and as women we face similar difficulties, right? So this podcast is going to be called Desi Productivity, a Pakistani powerhouse, and we're going to be covering topics for that. And we're going to be covering topics with like a 3 minute time span. So just keeping it short, keeping it simple, focusing on consistency and quality over length for now. So let's get right into the topic for today, which is non-negotiables. So when you get up in the morning, it can be quite chaotic, and we've all heard about trying to create timelines, trying to create timetables, and you listing down every single thing every single day. It's not really easy, especially if you're like a student who goes to a hostel and comes back home, or even if you're just living alone or living with family. It gets a bit hectic trying to manage your own schedule when there's like so many people calling for your attention. And something that I've learned over time, and that has helped me a lot, is non-negotiables, because they kind of categorize my day according to this activity I need to be doing at this time. So I plan my day according to that. It's kind of like prayers, and so the discipline that you get through your prayers, you use it in your schedule. So I'm gonna be talking about my non-negotiables, so you can maybe learn from that. I was struggling a lot with trying to learn Arabic, getting up on time, trying to read the Quran, and adding these good habits into my routine. So what I did was I made up at 6 a.m. a non-negotiable. So I have to get up at 6 a.m., and that gives me like 1 hour to just to myself for self-improvement, and then 7 to 8 I can like get ready and try to head out for university. So this makes sure that I start my morning at like a more peaceful pace than I did before, where I was just getting up near 8:30 and just rushing. It would be very hectic and very panicked. So when I get up at 6, I like do my wuzu, pray my fajr. Obviously, as the time's going back, I'm gonna have to get up earlier, but just a general idea. And then I read a little bit of the Quran, and I'm recently doing a Dream Big YouTube playlist, which is by Numan Ali Khan, and he really runs through the program at a nice pace. So I just do 10 or 15 minutes of that, and that really adds up. So it's not like an overwhelming amount of information, but just enough to keep you engaged every single day and still make progress over time. So after I do that, my second non-negotiable is hopefully like getting to my university by 8:30 or maximum 9. So I did this because I was really struggling to get more done in my day. I would feel like I would head to university and I couldn't do a lot of lab work done or even get my homework done, and I would just be struggling to do anything, right? And then I noticed that if I reach university at like 11 or even 12, the time I'm gonna get till 4 is nothing compared to if I get to my university as at 8 and work till 3 and like head out earlier. That time is the equivalent of me coming to work at 11 or 12 and then leaving near 8 or 7 p.m. Like, the latter seems like I've worked a lot more, but it's actually the same time. So this will help you arrive early and also like be productive in your entire day, because then you can get to work, plan your day according to when you arrive, what you have to do, and as a consequence you feel a lot better. The third thing I was struggling with was leaving work on time. So you know how they say that if you don't know how to stop on time, you will never know how to start on time. And that's really relevant, because if you don't know how to maybe go to sleep on time, if you don't know how to stop doing work on time, it will like bleed in to, for example, the early morning time of your next day, or bleed into the rest time that you need in your evenings to recharge. And that will just end up ruining your entire day, even though it may seem like temporarily you're doing a better job at what you're doing, right? So this was my third non-negotiable. It was to head out from work at like 3 or 4 p.m. maximum. This basically allowed me to go to the gym regularly. So after work, I'd go to the gym for an hour and then head back home. So now I've done the gym and I've also come back home, right? And now I can relax, maybe focus on playing with my cat or making myself dinner, completing some chores, maybe even some extra homework, right? But this is like me time. And this is the time that I use to recharge and maybe get back on it the next day. So, like I said, I don't like overwhelm my routine, because I know that every day is gonna differ from one person to another. And so I try to create these non-negotiables so that I know that around these times I want to be doing this thing, and all that other time can be just changed according to that. And this is pretty helpful. For example, if if you live with your family and it's hard to create time zones for yourself, because it's a beautiful thing, but like interacting with everyone, it's gonna take a lot of your time too, right? So if you have these 3 or 4 non-negotiables in place, it will help structure your day, make sure it goes a lot more smoother, avoid burnout, and also make you feel like an overwhelming sense of relief that, oh, you are on track and you are improving day by day, because that's very important. So that's about it for today, and hope that was important. Hope you liked it. The way you can get started is you can list the hours in your day from, for example, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Definitely, full 7 to 8 hours of sleep is important, so don't forget that. So after you list the hours, just list what your non-negotiables are and why you want to have them, and then just try to keep on focusing towards it. In future episodes, I'm also going to be talking about how to create a routine that's going to be most productive to you. So, for example, how to get up on time, how to sleep on time, how to be consistent at the gym, all keeping in mind that we're all Muslims and we're all like family centered and have to study, have to grow, have to be active members of society. So yeah, I hope you look forward to the other upcoming episodes, and maybe like you can comment, you can like the episode if you enjoyed it, so that'll tell me that I'm going in the right direction. And what are your non-negotiables? Do you have any questions about what kind of episodes you want me to publish? And that's about it. Let's chat more about how we can all become Desi powerhouses, one well-planned day at a time. Have a good day.